When I think of Godox, I've never really thought about wireless microphones before, but here we are with the introduction to the new Godox Virso M2 wireless microphone kit that comes complete with 2 wireless clip microphones as well as a single receiver, and quite interestingly, a charging case, which I've never seen a brand like this do before. But it's definitely a welcome feature if you're someone who vlogs or shoots productions on the go. So in the box in its entirety, you get 2 Virso TX wireless microphones and 2 lavalier mic extensions, 1 Virso RX receiver to plug into a mobile or DSLR camera, and both cables to do that, 2 dead cats to sit on top of the microphones themselves to protect your audio from wind, and this plugs directly into the aux input on top to keep it nice and snug to the microphone, a USB Type-C data cable, and that is actually a Type A to 3 Type-Cs, so you can power and transfer data on multiple units at the same time, which is cool, and a strap. So let's break up these products into separate slightly, as there are some features that I want to talk about which doesn't really apply to the other. Now that's mainly to do with the setup. The simplest way to use this product is to connect the RX to a DSLR or a mobile phone using the TRS or TRSS cables. Now I've got it connected to my camera to film this video, and what you're hearing is completely unedited audio. However, I do recommend raising the high frequencies a bit in post just to give you a little more crispiness in your recordings. Now the second option is to use the built-in SD card reader on the side of the microphone itself. This will ensure that your recording is recorded directly to the device and can actually work as quite a nice backup too. So you're always recording at least 2 sources of audio in case one goes wrong or corrupts for whatever reason, and we've all been there before. Let's look at each device in turn now, starting with the Virso RX. So the receiver is incredibly small, measuring around 5 by 5 centimeters with a depth of no larger than a centimeter. Now on the front is a screen where you can find all of your settings, as well as a way of telling if the receiver is paired with the microphones. It's a tiny screen, but it's nice and sharp and bright enough to read clearly, and navigating the screen is done using the dial on top. The dial also doubles as a button, of which you can get to the volume settings to quickly change the gain levels of each microphone individually. And speaking about on top, this is where you can find the 2 3.5mm aux inputs. Down the right hand side you have power and your menu buttons, and on the left is a Type-C input for charging the device and a small reset pinhole. Around the back is a clip and a strip that is used when inside of the charging case to charge the receiver. And diving into the menu, you can find settings for track, which is the ability to record in mono or stereo audio, your volume again, pairing settings, and something called denoise, which will aid in clearing audio that has a lot of background noise to it, like wind for example. Now I'm in my house right now, so I've got it switched off for this video, but here's how it sounds. Here's just a quick example of what the Godox Virso M2 sounds like with no post-processing effects on there, and without having any kind of denoise feature on there. Volume is currently set at 10. Now I've got the denoise feature switched on the Virso TX microphone. I have a fan in front of me that's currently at a medium speed I've got it set to, and then I've also got a vacuum cleaner on next door, in the room next door, just to give an example of the type of noise isolation that the microphone is capable of. So now I've switched off the denoise feature. I'm currently holding the TX microphone, and I do have it connected to a lavalier just to give you an example of the type of audio quality that you can expect with the lavalier microphone. And finally, with the denoise filter switched off, I'm currently holding the microphone, I don't know, maybe 30 centimeters away, just off camera, making it act like some kind of boom arm or shotgun microphone or something like that. On the microphone side of things, you've got one button on top, which if held down will turn the microphone on and off. The microphone itself is placed on top and is an omnidirectional microphone. You've got a 3.5mm aux input if you're using the supplied lavalier microphone, and down the right hand side, you've got a record button if you've got a micro SD card inserted. And on the left is your USB Type-C input for charging and data transfer, and the micro SD card slot itself. The whole setup is extremely simple, and the pairing took no time at all to get all of the microphones synced together and working. Being made from pretty much plastic in its entirety, unfortunately does feel a lot cheaper than some other wireless microphone products out there, but the good news is that these are not very heavy at all, so clipping the microphone boxes to a lapel or even a button-up shirt is a pretty decent way to go, like I've done here with my polo shirt. As you can see, it is just on underneath the first button on the shirt there. Overall though, I think they do look pretty decent. So if you are going to be using the box microphones, they should look all right on camera, though there are some bright LEDs on the front which give you statuses like if it's powered, if it's connected to the receiver, or muted, for example. And I suppose that it does make it easy for those behind the camera to also see what's going on with the Virso M2 kit. So how do they sound? Well, I'm actually pretty happy with the audio that's produced from this thing. Now, of course, it does feel flat and does need some post-processing to really gain as much from this microphone as possible. But as a starting point, yeah, I think it sounds really nice. It records in 16-bit 48 kilohertz audio, which is fine if you're going to be in some kind of interview setting using both of the microphones in the kit. The microphone kit uses a 2.4 gigahertz frequency hopping system, which again should be fine. It worked in my setting here, and I've got wireless things all over the house, and it worked no problem at all. It has a sensitivity of -32 to 2 decibels and a frequency range of 50 hertz to 18 kilohertz, which is a decent range. You've got 90 decibels of dynamic range, and I must admit I didn't notice a huge amount of clipping when in use, though I didn't really find myself shouting when using this product while talking directly to the camera. The RX does have a battery capacity of 400 milliamps and the microphone's at 600 milliamps, which equates to between 13 and 17 hours. I've used these while creating this video and have yet to charge them, though you've got the case to do that anyway. Godox claims up to 200 meters of range, though I did find that this to be around 150 meters or so before the audio started dropping out. Just check this out. So I thought we'd just come outside to test the range of the Virso microphone kit. So I'm just going to walk literally as far as I can that way and back again just to test the range of this kit. So hopefully you'll be able to pick this up. I've got my back to the camera right now, so of course there is me in the way of the signal between the RX and the TX microphone, but there is a lot of wind, so I probably do have that going on. Cute little dog. I hope he doesn't chase me. Very cute dog. I don't actually know really how far away I am from the camera, but I've been pretty much talking this whole way, so hopefully I'm still being picked up. Now I am miles away from the camera. Is that about 200 meters? I'm assuming so. Let's walk back. Hopefully you can still hear me. Now, not that anyone is really going to be using a microphone at this distance away from the camera, but it's nice to know that you have got a really, really big range. But if you are on a set or some kind of stage, then you have got that very nice range to be able to take advantage of. And that's it. I thought the dog was going to start chasing me. It was like this. That's it, all done. Talking about the case now, it's nice and solid. It does feel super robust, though the lid does feel a little flimsy when open. It is magnetic though, so it closes nice and tightly. It has a battery status indicator light scale on the front, so you can tell quickly how much battery is left in the case, and it is covered in a nice soft to touch plastic coating, and it's pretty heavy thanks to that giant lithium battery inside, though it is manageable if you were to pack it in with your camera gear. The Godox Virso M2 Microphone Kit, I must say, is a pretty decent kit, and I have enjoyed my time using them, and I can actually see us at TechNuovo using them when we go to events in the future, so we can actually do some reporting to the camera. And when I say camera, I actually mean mobile phone, as we tend to gravitate towards our phones more often than not, just to keep the size down. Now, Godox does offer a number of kits on their website, so feel free to check those out. Link will be in the description below before making a purchase. Godox, I think, have done a great job with their Virso microphone setup here, and I, for one, am glad to have a wireless kit on hand. Thank you very much for checking out my review video of the Godox Virso M2 Microphone Kit. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to keep up with our latest tech and gaming videos, and also let us know in the comments below what you think about this microphone kit. Do you think it looks good? Could you see yourself using it in your projects, or which wireless microphone kit do you actually use yourself? As I say, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.